Hello, everyone. Welcome to the MCU Crew. What are you laughing about, Jesse Cox, Mr. Kissing the
That
Screen?
was the longest. For people who don't know, before this show starts,
Hit him with it. Hit him with it.
JP goes, all right, we're going to start the show. Pre-roll is going now. And unmuted. And from the time he says unmuted to when we start is usually very short. This time he goes, and
That's
unmuted.
true.
And like forever passed. I was doing bits. I was trying to like have a thing, and then still was going. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll wait. And so I made one face, nothing. I made another face, nothing. That lasted so much longer than I thought it was going to last. That's all I'm saying.
Just like this show, right? We got transitions. No, I don't know why there was so much of a delay between that, Jesse. You know, it's just done.
You need a moment to prepare.
Yeah, I had to center in. I had to, whatever this is. I had to milk the creativity from the creative teats that are in front of me.
Juice.
That's correct. Bronze, you're a creative folk. You do this all the time, right?
Milking stalactites?
Milk the stalactites of the heavens. Drink the galaxy
What
juice.
are you doing with your hands?
Milking the stalactites. Drinking the galaxy juice. Milking. Drinking.
You need to stop doing that.
Milk.
No, it's getting worse. You're making it worse.
Drink. Galaxy juice. Slurp it up.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're ready for a show.
Okay.
We're ready for a show.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yes, we are indeed back.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. But not for very long. I don't know how to transition into this except just being dramatic.
You are so good at transitions, dude. Just the best.
Thank you.
Some say the best.
I am
Not
the best.
me. Some say.
Yeah, that's true. Also, before we get to the first time, I'm going to call you out, Jesse Cox. How dare you slander me on the TikToks with my weebdom?
I will always slander you.
Unbelievable.
Free shot.
Unbelievable. How come you didn't do the Dodging Cox intro? I even had sound audio. That better be one of the edited TikToks coming up.
I'm not in charge of the TikToks that get picked.
Okay.
I just am part of them.
Okay. All right. Did they slander you, Bronze, when you were on the Dodging Cox podcast?
You get a whole week.
Well, Jesse and Dodger didn't slander me, but people got upset because I used the word white people spices to describe rosemary and thyme.
That's correct. I'll allow that.
I was using it as a compliment because I was like, they say white people don't season their food, but what about all the white people spices like rosemary and thyme? And people were like, this nasty woman. And I was like, I was defending you.
Damn. Yeah. Sometimes people just don't like hearing their own.
I was defending you.
They got. That's what happened. People got, and they didn't like it.
It was a little too close to home.
I didn't have rosemary.
They looked in their kitchen, they saw the rosemary, they saw the thyme, and they were like, you got them.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. I like it.
Yeah. I think rosemary and thyme, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not a big fan of the spice.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you not like a spice fan in general?
No, are we talking like heat? Or are we just talking like taste?
Oh, well, and maybe this is that Texan jumping out.
What does that mean? Texans are now we're fighting.
No, because y'all are the Americans that eat spicy food.
Okay, I don't like spicy food. I don't think that's true either.
I don't think that's true.
That's
like
false.
when you get a hot sauce, it'll be like normal hot sauce. It'll be like Texas style or Texas heat. You know what I'm talking about?
I get there is a marketing thing to it.
Yeah,
Sure,
and then it's
yeah.
like that means it's the more intense one because it's the Texas.
I think it's just because the bottle's bigger. I don't think
It could also be a larger bottle, a Texas size,
bigger bottle.
Yeah,
like Texas like big.
I'll never forget when my wife learned that Texas utensils are very large compared to other normal sized utensils.
Are Texas utensils like those wooden spoons that we'd see in your grandmother's house?
No, they're just like metal utensils, like
hanging on the walls, that giant fork
and knives and spoons that are fucking huge. It's like a I don't have one here. She bought a bunch when I moved up here, and she was like, "Oh yeah, so mine are home." And I was like, "These fucking suck. Like I fucking hate these spoons." And we don't use any of the utensils that she bought because they're just way too big. The fork's like this big. Like who needs a fork that's that wide? You could put like an entire chicken finger on one fork. Like it's fucking stupid.
That I think is the point. I think that's the point.
It's dumb. It's real dumb.
Do you want that, Jesse?
No, I want to eat chicken fingers with my fingers, like God intended. Just pick it up, dip it, done.
Yep.
Fork for chicken fingers? You might as well eat a pizza with a knife and fork. Then you might as well.
I've done that before. I'm not ashamed.
I'm very judgmental about that. It's when I'm not judgmental about a lot of things. People put pineapple on there. I don't care. But for some reason, the pizza with a knife and a fork. That's why I'm like.
Here's the only time I've ever done it. If the pizza was like one
Chicago
of those
style.
No. It's honestly yes, Chicago style, absolutely.
That's like a lasagna, basically.
It is a lasagna, yeah. It's when the pizza comes out of the oven too hot if you're making it at home, and you're really hungry, and so you're like, "Fuck it, I'm using utensils on this."
So rather than wait,
okay, wait.
Desecrate that beautiful slice of pizza.
No. I have to know the physics of this. So if it's hot enough to burn your hands, it somehow doesn't burn the shit out of your mouth?
Yeah. Isn't that true for everyone?
A very desensitized mouth.
What are you talking about?
You can totally eat things that are hotter than being able to grab them.
No, I can't. That's how I tested. If it burns my finger, it is 110% gonna burn my fucking mouth.
Oh. No, I'm the opposite.
Am I tripping? Jesse, am I broken?
I see a bunch. I see some people in chat saying they're on my side, but other people.
Burns your hand. It's gonna. That's blisters.
People are split. People are split.
I will say, and this is they're looking back into the annals of history. There have been times where something's been too hot coming out of the oven, and so I'll cut little bits of it and then eat the little bits with the fork, because a little bit isn't a lot of bit, and a little bit is not hot. So I get it. I've been there, not with pizza, but with other foods. I've definitely been there. I've definitely, like Hot Pockets.
I don't know.
1000%
I could get,
Hot
maybe if you're like blowing it a lot, like. If the pizza
you cut it like
too
a Hot
hot
Pocket
for me to grab.
A Hot Pocket's a volcano in bread.
Yeah.
And when you cut it, the volcano comes out and it's a little cooler, and then you cut it again, a little cooler, and then you take the little piece, and you're like, and you're fine. Yeah. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know the aerodynamics of the situation.
You know what's even crazier than Hot Pockets? We used to do this when I was in grade school because we were fucking degenerate psychos, I guess. If you get an Oreo and put an Oreo into a microwave, for like 30 seconds,
why do that?
The Oreo like paste, whatever the what am I trying to say? The
degenerate is exactly correct, by the way, for this entire story.
Whatever the filling. The cream.
The cream.
It turns into fucking lava.
Why would you do that, dude?
Because kids like to see people react by grabbing the hot Oreo and burning. I didn't do this. I'm saying this is what would happen at lunch when people were being dicks. They would put an Oreo into the microwave and start it, and they would wait for someone to go grab the fucking lava rock out of the microwave. Because the cookie part of the Oreo was fine. It wasn't hot, but the center was fucking like lava. Like you did not want to touch it. It's crazy. I don't know why it gets so hot. I don't understand why it heats up so much
Everything
faster.
in the microwave gets hot.
Yeah, but like this
That's
thing,
how that works, bro.
Jesse, go get a fucking Oreo and put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds. I guarantee
I'd have to go buy a whole bag of Oreos, which I don't want to do, and then I'd have to cook one of them and then touch it. None of that sounds appealing at all.
You know what I bet it is? It's probably like, okay, the content of the cookies probably has like less oil than the cream. Because I was shocked to learn that apparently Oreos are safe for people who are like allergic to milk.
Because there's no milk in it, I guess.
Yeah, the cream
There's
is
no milk in it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's like, I bet you the cream is like some emulsified oil. So it probably liquefies like almost immediately on being microwaved and becomes super fucking heated.
Oh, it's made from it's like coconut oil. I didn't realize Oreos are vegan.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. How come they haven't marketed that? Like how?
I don't know. I just remember I have a friend who's lactose intolerant and she was eating Oreos and I was like, "Are you gonna fucking shit yourself later?" And she's like, "No, Oreos don't have any cream in them." And my brain melted. This happened like 2 years ago. I was like, "What the fuck is that cream made out of?" And I immediately went to Google. I was
you
like,
don't want answers
"This
to.
is disturbing." Yeah, like, what do you mean there's no milk in there?
I guess if Oreos were like touting that they're the vegan cookie of choice, then they would be labeled as like the woke cookie.
I promise you they can't say they're vegan.
There's
I would imagine there's something in it like...
Everyone in chat saying they're like vegan.
I bet there's a reason why. I bet it's going to be like made at a factory that also processes hot dog meat. You know, like there's a reason why they aren't saying this. I promise you.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is, Jesse? I think the reason is marketing. I think if everybody realized there's no butter and no milk in this cookie, they would be deeply disturbed. So I think they do not want people to realize it's a vegan cookie.
Could be.
Because think about it. If I told you right now, Jesse, make an Oreo and don't use any cream, milk, butter, nothing, you wouldn't be able to.
No, but I also wouldn't purposely seek it out. You know what I mean? Like that isn't the way you describe that. If you were to describe that cookie to me without saying Oreo, I'd be like, that sounds awful. But an Oreo can be good from time to time. So like, you know.
Yeah, maybe so. Anyways.
Is that good, JP? Did we stall long enough?
I mean, I just enjoy, here's the thing, and this is a great lead in. I just enjoyed chatting with you guys about Oreos and bullshit, which is why eventually we're going to do something. But for now, this will most likely be the last episode of MCU Crew, at least in its current form. There's a lot of reasons, I think, going into this. But the first one is like, the MCU is in a weird spot right now. And like, they're not going to be putting out much over the next year. We have Deadpool, and is Echo the only show this year?
Echo's all we got, as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
and
Deadpool would be this summer, and hey, we could still get together, and I'm down to do an episode about Deadpool. I think that'd be fine.
Maybe Agatha, maybe.
Yeah, maybe in October that might be slated for something like that. We'll do a news. We're still going to do a normal show today, and there's still news about things that are happening. But it's kind of taken a slow approach, I guess, moving forward, which I think we can all agree is the right thing for the MCU. They went fucking crazy for a couple years there after Infinity War, maybe even before Infinity War. And so we're looking forward to that. But that also being said, there might be a version of whatever this is, the podcast, the video show that we do, where we're just talking about whatever in the future.
Sure.
It all comes down to what we're what we're all open to, what we got time for, and what makes sense. But Yeah, I felt like it was the proper time to do it, because otherwise we'd just be putting out like a tweet or something that's just like, hey, we're done with the show. Thanks for watching. And it would be very abrupt. So felt like mentioning it here. Yeah, and as chat's pointing out, DC has stuff coming up. They've done a bunch of casting already for future stuff. So
that's still a ways off.
Still
like,
a ways off. Yeah.
That's still a ways off, sadly.
That's true. And as Wasted
What
Mind,
about Madam Web?
we're gonna get to that. That's in the news. Speaking of Wasted Mind, he says JP's canceling because there's no red carpet shows for them to cover live anymore.
I mean, that sounds
Someone
more
figured out
accurate
the
than anything
fucking
you've said
real
so far.
Yeah, the real crux of it all.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Not the only award show we're going to be talking about, as that is also a part of the news. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything to add or want to say to it. But I told you guys ahead of time this was going to be the thing. So if we if you want to share or say anything here, feel free. If not, we can just move on with the show. It's up to you.
I want to talk about the things.
Okay. Bronze, anything
That's what
from
I
you?
have to share.
It's been real, y'all.
Okay, there you go. It's been real, y'all. And now we're going to awkwardly continue on with the show. Speaking of award shows, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania has received 4 Razzie nominations.
That's it should have been more, to be honest.
That's generous. I was gonna say that's very generous. It's very kind of
man.
them.
It's been nominated for Worst Supporting Actor, Michael Douglas and Bill Murray, who are both nominated separately, which I feel is kind of fucked up because, like, I think Michael Douglas might have been the best part of that film.
Bill Murray 100% deserves a
Bill
Razzie.
Murray sucked in that film, without question.
It made no sense why he was in that movie.
Okay, but I would like to make the argument that he wasn't supporting cast, he was a guest.
I would like to make the argument that maybe they're correct, and that looking back now, a large portion of the plot was how for 2 movies he wanted to get his wife back because he loved her so much, but then they end up in the quantum realm, and she's like, yeah, I was just banging Bill Murray the entire time, and he's like, well, ladies like what they like. I was like, we're not going to talk about, like, no conversation is going to be had. Cool. It's whatever.
Yep.
Yes. That was a weird moment to include.
It was strange.
Yeah, it was very strange.
The other 2 nominations were Worst Prequel, Remake, Ripoff, or Sequel, which I guess is a category there. And
that works.
Worst Director for Peyton Reed, which...
Yep, that works. I agree.
Yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't, like, you're right, Jesse, that the Michael Douglas's writing was fucking horrible, but I don't know that I could chalk that up to his acting. I feel like they should have
his acting was bad. I just think
writing reward in there because the writing of that movie was just like
terrible,
unhinged.
Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. You're right. It wasn't him. It was the fact that they took his character that was one thing for 2 movies, and then we're like, he's an entirely different thing. In fact, this movie's entirely different. Every character is different, and it doesn't matter anymore because F it. Yeah, you're right.
Sure. Yeah. So that's a thing that they were nominated for. I don't think we'll be hearing from anything. I'm trying to think if there's any costumes the past year that they could potentially be nominated for an Oscar for.
No.
But I don't think.
I just remember there was a joke about that dude having holes or not having holes in Quantumania. Remember that alien?
Oh yeah, the alien guy.
He had holes, or not, because he was slime, I guess.
They're gonna win for special effects on Hole Man.
Oh, guys, look, the 2 of you really fought me hard on this in terms of ending the show. You were like, "No, JP, please, I want to watch Quantumania. We need to watch Quantumania. That's our next movie we need to watch." So if you guys want to keep the show going and watch Quantumania, 10 minutes every Monday. We can, but otherwise,
Can we change the show to Quantumaniacs and we watch 5 minutes and analyze that 5 minutes every week?
Wait,
I would do that. I'm not even joking. I would do Quantumaniacs.
Is this just something we put out on TikTok?
Every Monday we meet, we watch 5 minutes of the movie, and then we break down the 5 minutes. I think that might be the best work we could do.
I hate
I'm
this
not even
idea because
joking
I
with
would
you.
totally do it.
I would totally do that.
Would be the shittiest thing.
It's the
No,
only
wait.
way I could stomach it is 5 minutes at a time. But Quantumaniacs, what the 90s called, they want you back,
Quantumaniacs,
Jesse.
and we just love Quantumania so much.
I
We're gonna
refuse
break
to
it
say
down.
That's
5
my
minutes.
line. I refuse to say I love Quantumania. I have limits. That's my limit right there.
Wait, so you want me to create an entire suite of branding called Quantumaniacs?
Yes.
And it's us. How long is that? How many episodes? Hold on.
I don't know. How long is the movie?
Let me see
5
how long.
minutes per episode. And the best part is
it's 2 hours and 5
will-
minutes. So
we
what is
will
that?
only
125.
when you make the
That's
art, we won't be
25
the main characters.
episodes.
We'll be the side characters. It's like Bronze can be Holes. I'll be the guy with the circle head. JP, you can be the
Bill
flying.
Murray.
I'll be Bill Murray.
The flying mantafish.
Oh yeah, or the flying mantafish. Yeah.
You'll be the flying mantafish. Ooh, no, you'll be one of the ants. We'll all be 3 ants. We 3 separate ants.
God damn it.
Right? And then
Look, if we do this, I'm gonna need some time to get all the graphics set up and all that stuff.
All I'm saying is
Quantumaniacs could do it.
that would be hilarious if we just watched every episode.
Oh wait, hold on.
Watching 5 minutes of Quantumania.
This is the MODOK movie, so why don't we just stretch all of our faces into a camera and that's part of the goof for 5 minutes?
Great, done. Yeah, sure, done.
Do you still have
Done.
the button?
I don't think I do.
Oh,
What if-
I missed JP Modoc. I forget what it was called. JP Doc.
That'd
I
be
don't know.
amazing.
Joe
Just
Pock.
think about it. We could overanalyze everything.
I don't.
Be like, where was this filmed at? What was that shot? And that guy said Spider-Man instead of Ant-Man, which is really funny, right?
True.
Right? Like that'd be a huge
Oh my
draw,
God.
I think.
Maybe that's
People
what
would want that.
maybe that's what we do to keep the dream alive. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm just saying.
I mean, look, we could also do it for the Marvels, Jesse Cox, because it's coming out to Disney Plus on February 7th, and we've never seen it.
It's true. I still have not seen the Marvels.
We've not seen it. I think the Marvels was the beginning of the demise of the MCU crew, where we were all just like, I don't want to see it.
Admittedly, in general, haven't seen. I didn't see the Spider-Man Carnage movie.
I didn't
didn't
either.
see the Blue Beetle. Didn't see Aquaman 2. Like, I don't know if it's just because I know they'll suck and I don't want to waste my time. But I'm just kind of like, there was a time period where I could look forward to seeing them, and then they just continually produced crap that I was just like, why would I want to go do that?
Yeah.
Why would I want to?
I will probably watch it I've been waiting for it to come to Disney Plus because I didn't want to go to the theaters, but I will most likely still watch it when it comes out early next month. But
I'm aware Blue Beetle's DC. I'm saying across the board, comic book movies
haven't
been good, except for the Into the Spider-Verse series.
And I still
all of
haven't
them
seen
have been letdowns,
which is, I know, upsetting to many people, but I still haven't seen that. It's Jesse knows. All I do is watch One Piece these days. I don't do anything else.
It's too. You know what? When you said I have almost watched 500 episodes, I want to let you know that's too much time.
Do you know, Jesse Cox? I've done the math. It takes 18 days straight to watch all of One Piece from start to finish. And
That's
counting.
not bad.
Right.
What? No. I'm saying 18 days
24
without
hours a
stop.
day.
24 hours a day.
No. You know what? Chat, you're correct. Yes, I like the Batman. I thought Guardians 3 was fun, but
Guardians 2 was good, yeah.
that's like 2 movies out of many movies.
Yeah.
I don't want to get on here every week and be like, I hated it. And then everyone chats can be like, you guys are so negative. It's like, I didn't make the movie. I'm not the one who committed it to film.
Now,
I didn't do this.
maybe we should watch Madam Web.
Yo, I would rather do anything else.
It comes out. They're putting
Literally
that out.
anything else.
Jesse Cox, think about it. You're taking
No, I'm all right.
your sweetheart on Valentine's Day to movie
No.
and dinner. Okay. What else could you want except to take her to see Madam Web, set to hit theaters on February 14th?
I know Bronze would hate it, so there's no reason to go.
Boom.
Boom.
Well, Jesse.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all night.
Let me inform you that
He'll only be here for this night.
It's only it is already a record-breaking movie, Jesse Cox.
What does that mean? Hold on. What does that mean, record-breaking movie?
Because it is now the longest film in the Sony Spider-Man universe. It is an hour and 56 minutes long, 4 minutes longer than Venom 1. So there you go.
That tells me nothing. That tells me
Yeah,
I'd have to watch a terrible movie for 4 minutes longer than Venom.
Yeah.
I mean this to everyone involved in Madam Web. I genuinely hope it's a good film, and I hope you make a great film. But to everyone involved in Madam Web, y'all were given a failure to begin with. You were presented a plate of poop and were told, like, put whatever seasonings you want on it. Like, I don't know how to help you.
Dude,
this is not a good idea.
They are they're purely coasting by with the hope that having Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney, the Hollywood hotties of the moment, be the like face of that film. And that's it.
I promise you what this is going to tell you, JP, and what this is going to show you is something that I saw. Ooh, it might have been Kristen Stewart who said it. Someone was talking about this, but they were having a conversation about Hollywood and like A-listers and actors who can bring people in. And pretty much it comes down to it at this point, because of content creation and like internet celebrity, the idea of a Hollywood draw, someone that's the actor that can bring people in, it almost doesn't exist anymore. There's a few exceptions, like Tom Cruise can bring people in.
Yeah.
There's
a handful of people, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But for the most part, most most of the big names still can't. Like people that years ago, like 10 years ago, could have brought people in. That's not happening. And there's very few people, like, great example, someone in chat said Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt isn't bringing people to the theaters. Chris Pratt is in movies that people want to see, but they're not going to go see it because of Chris Pratt.
It's so IP.
Like they didn't go see Mario
IP.
or Jurassic Park because of him. They went because of the dinosaurs and because of Mario, right? Ryan Reynolds, I don't think Ryan Reynolds can pull. Deadpool can pull. Deadpool can get people in, but Ryan Reynolds, no, I disagree with that. Jack Black, I don't think so. Jack Black can do great movies, but no one's like, I gotta see that new Jack Black flick. But like,
it's weird because, like, you're right. Like 15 years ago, we had like we had a handful of and they weren't even like action stars. The one that always pops to the top of my head is Tom Hanks. Like that man could fill a fucking movie theater. Kids now don't know. That man, you put his face on a fucking poster, that movie was gonna be in theaters for a minute. Yeah. It was gonna be there for a while.
I think The Rock was there maybe as the most recent, besides Tom Cruise. Yeah. But after like Black Adam, I think after his like failed comic book stunt thing, it's crashed. Like his brand is like in a slump, as it were. But yeah, you're right, Jesse. I would agree with
there's very statement. Few, and I mean, like, again, I think the most obvious one that is still doing it is Tom Hanks, because most of his movies sound insane.
Tom Cruise,
and then you see it, and you're Tom Cruise. Sorry, Tom Cruise, because most of the time you're like, Tom Cruise is just playing Tom Cruise. No matter what he's doing, it's like Tom Cruise flying a plane, Tom Cruise being a spy, and so you're like, I gotta go see Tom Cruise. And the thing is, no matter what crazy shit he does in his real life, people are still in the theater.
Yeah.
That man is like, I'm part of a cult. And people are like, I'm going to go see that cult leader's new movie, man. I'm so excited.
You know what it is, though? He kind of, not to defend him, I think he kind of minds his own business. in a way.
Yeah, he doesn't have
Like
a
he'll
public
pop up
persona.
on Twitter to be like, "Thank you so much for coming out and seeing Mission Impossible. I made it for you. I'm gonna jump off this plane." And people are like, there's not a whole lot to dislike there. And you only know about the Scientology stuff if you go looking for it. Like basically he did that interview and I feel like he receded from public media. I think he realized like, oh shit, the more I show of my personality, the less people like me. I'm just gonna maintain my mystique. And he like backed off after that. And we haven't like really seen
That
him
goes
in
all
as
the
many
way.
like public appearances.
I remember as a kid watching him go on Oprah with Katie Holmes and like jumping on the couch. Like I'll fucking never forget that fucking shit.
I will say, Angry Wild Player in chat, I almost agree with you. I think the next one, because they're all sort of fading away, and there hasn't really been anyone to take over that. Like you got to see them. I agree. I think Robert Pattinson is probably going to be the next. Dude, when he's in movies, I'll go see it.
There's a handful.
And it's weird because that's Twilight Boy, and I'm like, I'm not gonna see a shit. And everything he's been in, I've been like, that was good.
Has that potential too.
Yeah,
I think Daniel Radcliffe has that potential too.
Yeah. There's definitely a handful.
I think he's a little slept on right now, but
I don't think any of them are as big or anywhere close to Tom Cruise.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's definitely still like, the Hollywood star, as it were.
The movie star, the draw, the reason why you go like even in Marvel, for example, Robert Downey Jr. was a reason to go, right?
Yeah.
You weren't going to go see Iron Man. You were going to see Robert Downey Jr. be Iron Man.
However,
and that was a reason to go.
After he left the MCU, he was very famously stating how his agent told him that he had to do a career reset. And that's why he did Oppenheimer and like dropped his like billing for Oppenheimer was like 100 times less than what he was usually making or whatever for like, I think Doolittle was the film before that. So yeah, like it's such an IP based business these days that it's so hard for like just to have the, the Hollywood star, as it were.
And because stardom is about being in someone's eyes and being up in their stuff all the time, most stardom, at least for younger generations, are just straight up like people on TikTok, like people on YouTube. Most celebrity, because it isn't in their face all the time, it doesn't like I saw a great example of the other day. Someone posted that clip from what I think is one of my favorite movies of either last year or the year before, the Nick Cage movie, The Unbearable Weight of
Massive Talent.
Like, they had the scene where we're like trying to get over the wall, and it's an incredibly funny scene. It's one of the best in the movie, and they posted it to Reddit, and all the comments were like, yo, that's amazing. What movie is this? Because Pedro's in it, and people were like, yo, he's kind of like an it guy at the moment. So what is this? And no one had any clue. And I was like, it's so weird that no one recognizes Nick Cage at all.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me that they were like, who is this guy?
Interesting too, because I feel like some of it is you don't like everything is franchise based and IP based. So you have to get into one of these. You don't have that many like random summer blockbusters coming out anymore the way you used to. Because you would have like an actor blow up like Jason Statham off of like a random summer blockbuster. Like I knew that guy from Guy Ritchie movies, right?
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, he was the transporter, right? And like when you think about it, we don't have that many of those anymore. We don't have as many like The Rock. Remember that? That's the one that I always think. I don't know why. When I think of like random summer blockbuster, I think of
that's
The
one
Rock.
of my favorite random summer blockbusters. I love that movie.
Yeah, we used to kind of have these. We would have like, like and even going back way further, because like the vintage summer blockbusters are my favorite. Like Speed, God, those types of movies were so good, and people would like blow up off of like Speed, And now we don't really have like a summer action blockbuster. They're all like franchised and in their own universe, and the DC Dark Universe, the DCU, Universal Horror or whatever it was, and MCU. And so if you don't get into one of these franchises, or let's say you had a character in that franchise early on and they died, it's like, how do you even develop a catalog where people recognize you and like you and want to see you and more stuff?
I will say another comment in chat was Keanu Reeves. And I'll just say about Keanu, I love Keanu, but the draw for him is John Wick as a character. People want to see John Wick. Keanu in other films wasn't a draw. People didn't care. Like, even the most recent Matrix they released, no one was like, oh, new Keanu, like, awesome.
Yeah.
No, they want to see John Wick because John Wick's awesome. And people love John Wick. But, like, Keanu's great, and he's an awesome dude. But, like, it's just the fact of what it is.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney have that star power.
I'm going to say
on Valentine's Day. Sydney Sweeney is popular with the Zoomers because she was on Euphoria, right? And that's got some buzz behind it.
I absolutely promise you that is not going to translate at all.
Oh, no, the film's going to bomb. The film's going to bomb. 100%.
I think people like that character. I think people like Maddie.
Sure.
Right? And so I think, like, if you remove those aesthetics, I'm not saying, oh, you know, she's not pretty or talented, but, like, when you remove those aesthetics, I don't know that translation's going to be there. It's weird, too, because, like, when it comes to, like, women, there's even fewer.
Oh, it's impossible.
Like, this is why Angelina Jolie was such a big deal. This is why she was, like, such a big deal, because she was one of the few actresses in Hollywood that could compete with, like, the actors that had top billing. Like, if she was in a movie, people were gonna go fucking see it.
If you want to know how big Angelina Jolie was, go look at all the promotional stuff, all the trailers, everything for the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. Then go watch Gone in 60 Seconds. She's in that movie. She's in that movie for, I think, a total of 10 minutes. And yet, I'm telling you, dude, go back. You think she's in it the whole time because she's such a big promotional part of it. Crendor and I watched this. She has like 4-5 lines the entire movie, dude. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, she's definitely
Halle
there
Berry
to
was
just
there
like,
too.
yeah, just to hang out with Nick Cage because it's like the love interest.
Halle Berry was an
Berry,
entity. She was an
such a big
entity. Draw. Yeah, huge fucking draw.
People saw that one movie because
you mentioned Gone in 60 Seconds. I think Swordfish. Yes,
Swordfish
people watched
the same
Swordfish
vein,
because Halle Berry was hot. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
They really like people went and they watched Swordfish because Halle Berry was hot.
Swordfish,
man.
not
That's
a good movie, but Halle Berry was in it.
Halle Berry was on the beach in a sarong in the fucking trailer, and everybody went and bought a ticket to that movie.
Yeah, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. So, anyways, what else is going on news related? And then we could talk Echo episode 4 and 5. Wonderman is still a thing, by the way. That has started production again after the strike. It has been able to resume. I didn't realize that Wonderman was part of the Disney the Disney Spotlight, the Marvel Studios Spotlight series, which Echo is a part of, which are series that do not have a huge tie into the greater MCU as much as the other projects. So I guess we'll see what happens. I know very little about Wonderman. I couldn't even, I think Wonderman is like the actor. He's an actor who's also a superhero. That's as much as I know about Wonderman.
Is he similar to Booster Gold? Is that the vibe?
He might be the Booster Gold parallel in MCU. Yeah, he definitely might be. But nothing in terms of when it's going to air or come out. Potentially, I guess 2025. I would be shocked if that comes out this year. I think Agatha is probably the next Disney Plus thing, most likely in October with Deadpool this summer. So that's that. And then let's talk Echo, because that's probably the next big thing to discuss. I didn't realize.
Did we ever talk about Steven Yeun quitting Thunderbolts?
No, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was that happened last week. He had to leave, as they said, because of scheduling conflicts. Is what they went with. And then I think like the day of, or maybe 2 or 3 days later, him and Kevin Feige were at the Golden Globes and had some photos taken of them just having a chat. And it seems like they were cordial, so might actually just be scheduling issues. But yeah, he's out. He was supposed to play.
Well, in his interview too, he said that there's other roles he really wants, but he's not going to say anything because he feels like he burnt the bridge. So It to me, it seemed like it was really a scheduling issue because there was like other stuff he wanted to do. Yeah, but he's not the Sentry anymore, which
the Sentry,
who
that's
who
who it was.
again?
The Sentry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was gonna be the bad guy?
It's gonna be a bit of a loss to not have him, I think.
Potentially, yeah. He might have been the bad guy of Thunderbolts. I saw that Bucky. What is Bucky's actor's name? I'm forgetting. Sebastian Stan. I was gonna say Shaw, but that's an actual MCU character. Yeah, he said that they're gonna start filming later this month or early next month for Thunderbolts. So that's happening. And then the other big bit of news that chat just reminded me about is that Karen and Foggy are both back for Daredevil, the actors. Deborah Ann Woll and I forget who's playing who played Foggy for Daredevil, but they are back after what seems like a decade of having played those characters in the Netflix show Daredevil. So good to hear, good to see them back and kind of the full crew. Now all we need is the Punisher, right? We need John Barenthal to be locked in for the Punisher, then we're all go. Then we're all excited.
Based on what they have in their schedule, right? Like Deadpool 3 is this summer. Agatha is potentially the end of the year. And then everything else from that point on is like
kind of up in the air.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it right now and I can't, like, there's Captain America Brave New World, but I don't know what's happening with that because that's still like is it done filming? Is it filming?
Well, the strike really screwed up all the things, but it also made them refocus. Like in a lot of ways, the strike was good for Marvel.
Oh, absolutely.
Because was like they were able to step back and just be like, fuck, we have to like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, they pushed that from this year till next year. And then Fantastic Four was next year, but who knows when that's actually going to happen. Then Thunderbolts was next year, but who knows when that's actually going to happen. Blade was next year, but who knows when that's going to happen. And then they have 2 Avengers movies, which who knows we'll ever see those now. And
right,
then
yeah, because they're literally called like the Kang something or other.
Yeah, it's Kang movies, and there's no Kang.
Yeah.
So who knows we're going to see that.
Who knows?
And then Daredevil is... there's one thing I've learned over the last, however long we've been doing this. They got us, like, it's weird that Daredevil's the one I'm most excited for. And it's because it's old. It's like old content.
It's proven. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's proven.
And the worst thing is they were going to change it completely, and it took them screwing everything else up to be like, maybe we should just bring back all the Daredevil people and do Daredevil, but like, it's the same though. Yeah, yeah, that's what you should have to begin with, you idiots.
Yeah,
it is mind blowing to me that whoever is in the executive room, I truly believe are some of the dumbest people ever. Like, it's just their calls have been so goofy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
They've been real goofy, which maybe is on brand for Disney. I don't know. I didn't realize that Echo had scored as well as it did on Rotten Tomatoes with critics. I'm shocked that it's at a 74. For Marvel, that's like high these days. The audience score is 62%, which is about where I think I would kind of put that. We can get into it. We watched the first 3 episodes last week together, and then we watched, or 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? Has it been 2 weeks? I think it has.
I don't know.
And then we watched episode 4 and 5 on our own, and I gotta say, episode 1 through like 4 were pretty good. I don't know what the fuck happened in episode 5, but it was not good. I didn't like it. It got real stupid.
There's something I realized while watching episodes. So basically, if you watched with us, right, the first 3 episodes, it's this like post Hawkeye storyline, and it's about meeting new characters. And we got our sweet boy Biscuits, who's great. I love you, Biscuits. I always will.
All the characters were great in this show.
Yeah. And so you have all these great characters, and for the first 3 episodes, like, all right, this is pretty damn good. fourth episode comes around, and I knew I was getting worried when at the end of the fourth episode, nothing had happened during the fourth episode.
Yeah.
There was a scene where Maya and her grandma had like a talk, and then she also had a talk with Fisk.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Nothing else happened in 40 minutes. And I was like, what the shit? So going into the last episode, I was really worried. And I had every right to be worried because all the things they should have had happen in the other episodes happened in that one. And so a great example is the beginning of episode 5, they show Kid Maya shooting down, or like, slingshotting a woodpecker. And they go through this whole process of explaining the woodpecker and like how it would alert, people to danger. And then for the rest of the episode, the woodpecker flies around her like, yo, there's danger over here. Now, if they had done that for all 5 episodes, that might have meant something. But they introduced the concept in one episode, showed some magical property to it, and then had it make like, why put all, like in the last episode, up until that point, the only thing we've ever seen is flashbacks of like drinking the galaxy and like it, whatever. Last episode, literally just like magic. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
No,
magic. We have magic. Your mom had magic. Just get over it.
Well, she also she has a lot of fucking superpowers, but they don't necessarily go into why or how. Like, she has super strength. This website kind of lists them. I don't know if I would agree, but she has super strength, uncanny accuracy, superb strategizing, healing, which I didn't expect that to be a thing, and then this ability to like echo her power to others, which
they explain in the show, at least in this version of the character, all those things come from, so like the accuracy comes from that one ancestor.
It comes from the different ancestors, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why what Bronze noticed when we were going through the episodes, I think is very smart, I would not have noticed this, is that each one was named after someone from her family,
right?
And then the last episode was her name. So like that checks out. I know exactly what they were trying to do, but I think like all Marvel properties, the last episode is just like, we just got to get it done.
It was stupid.
I think that's what pissed me off about the last episode so much.
I wish she didn't have any of those powers, is where I'm at. I wish she was just a normal ass.
They do this whole thing where her mom appears to her and tells her like, hey, like, you have your cunning, you have your strategy, and they show like all of these different ancestors. And then at the end, they're like, but none of that matters because you have magic powers. And I'm like, no, she should have laid a trap for Fisk because she has strategy. She should have outsmarted him because she's cunning. She should, like there were so many better ways to underline that story.
Dude, well, and
instead, they threw it all out and they had her hands glow gold and have her shoot that out into everybody else where she's just making people fly, even though they had this beautiful, heartwarming thing about how her ancestors were just strong women and that she has their qualities because she's their descendant. And then they were like, but none of that. We're not going to showcase any of that in the final fight. And it's like, why, bitch? Why?
Well, no, it's exactly that. They had 5 episodes leading to this like quote unquote final confrontation, and it was maybe 30 seconds, and she gives the rest of her family members the like ability to fight? Question mark?
No, pause. By the way, pause on that shit. They brought poor Bonnie in for that scene. That girl had maybe 12 minutes total across the entire course of the show.
Is that?
Yeah.
Cousin? Never really established. I couldn't tell you because she's as a kid, and then in like a few scenes where she's like, I guess she's back in town. And then like they had one micro conversation, and then she shows up at the end to help beat people up. And I'm like, who was this character?
Yeah.
This show.
It was really funny, by the way, watching them beat like when the grandmother like punches the dude. I'm just like, brother,
he flies up and hits the ceiling.
Brother, like, how did you make this stupid? How did you make this more dumb than like the end of Thor: Love and Thunder? Because that was already like
crazy. What's crazy about Echo as a whole is that it is at least the stakes are exactly what Miss Marvel should have been. Like, the stakes are non-existent in Echo.
Yeah.
And Miss Marvel should have been the same, where it's like, it's just a kid in school, right? Except somehow, with Echo, they kept the stakes low to the point where the first 3 episodes, I was so in, and then suddenly they marveled it. And it's literally like watching, it's the exact same vibe as watching Black Widow. The first half of that movie is incredible, and then they're like, let's marvel it, and it ends up shit. And I'm just like, why? Why did you do this? It was fine.
To me,
what happened?
To me, the most absurd part of episode 5, which is full of absurd parts, which you guys just very well highlighted, was when the guy is sitting on top of a fucking RV and he reaches into his cooler.
He pulls the rocket
and pulls a rocket and puts it on a rocket launcher, then shoots the rocket launcher into the air, and the announcer goes, "Oh man, we got fireworks, woohoo!" And I'm like,
"Oh no, but the wait, what? Ding! That didn't get you?
Oh, with the pistol,
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, where he shoots him with the pistol. That was also dumb.
He doesn't
but like,
try to duck.
But
he doesn't try to wait.
I don't.
What?
I don't usually have a problem
like,
with like.
Is this Spy Kids?
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
I don't have an issue with like the suspension of disbelief of characters being like, "Oh man, those are fireworks." But like, brother, I could fucking see that everyone in that audience is not stupid enough to be like, "Yeah, those were fireworks," and not that was a fucking explosion of rocket.
You know what else? You know what else sucks about this? The more you think about it, the more even that villain. He could have been a great villain. He was in the show 2 total episodes.
Oh yeah, the bald guy. Yeah.
Like he could have been an awesome villain. Fisk was in the show more than him, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, Fisk walked out of the final fight after being healed.
Do you know what sucks too? You know how sometimes on this show I'll have an idea and chat will be like, let's not even give chat the credit. Jesse will be like, they're not going to do that, Bronze, because that's a better idea. After Fisk like basically has dinner with Maya and all of this, I thought to myself, I said, here's what's going to happen. He's going to be like, come take over this empire. She's going to say no. He's going to go back home and be like, damn, I got some shit to think about. And it's going to be one of his men that's like, yeah, no, nobody fucks over the Kingpin. If she's not going to take this, I'm going to go kill her and I'm going to take it. Because in my mind, I was like, there's no way in hell that this is how Fisk, like, what was his plan at the end?
Yeah.
If he wanted to kill her, there was 97 more effective ways to kill her. Yeah. If he wanted to torture her, like, this is Wilson fucking Fisk we are talking about. He showed her multiple times that, bitch, if I wanted you dead and I wanted your family dead, they would be dead, right? So in my mind, I'm like, I have a feeling I know where this is going. He's going to go back to New York. And it's going to be one of his overzealous, like, fucking goons that are going to go ruin this powwow that she has to go fight and deal with. The fact that it was Fisk himself, I was like, why did I do that thing where I have a much better idea than whatever the writers wrote? Because her essentially giving him the equivalent of therapy and him being like, I got to unpack this now in the SUV. I was like, I'm done. Like, what are you people
really
doing?
Silly.
I'm done. I'm done. She gave him therapy, man. And he's like,
really
I don't want to back up daddy issues.
Hold on.
Like,
while we're talking about this, I just want to point out that we talked about after episode 3 the future of what could happen.
I remember this exact convo
with Kingpin, and literally we were talking about like, well, there's that arc where he like runs for mayor and shit, and we were like, no, they already did that in the previous run of Daredevil, and that's what they're doing. They literally, the post-credit scene is him being like, if only there was a mayor to take over the city,
dude.
Someone who was like a street fighter, a bare knuckle brawler.
Dude, the lines from that were so like, it felt like I was watching the first Spider-Man. Like they were that levels of camp where the fucking TV host is like, we're so late in the race, but the city needs a bare knuckle. Exactly what Jesse did. I was just like, man, Fuck you.
How dare they do this to Wilson Fisk, one of the greatest characters we've ever had, played by Vincent D'Onofrio, one of the greatest actors we've ever had in the MCU. And you have him doing, "What did you do to me?" The fact that that man had to read that script, whatever you paid him, it wasn't enough. Whatever you paid him to read that script in episode 5, you didn't pay him enough. Because you know he was reading this like, okay, if you really want me to go out there and you want me to say, what have you done to me? I will do that. But I question if maybe there would be a different, Vincent, we need you to go out there, okay? And we need you to say these lines. I will comply. And he did his best, but damn.
What absolutely sucks the most is, I will say, just like Miss Marvel, every actor in this was great. In Echo, I
Sure.
loved every
side character
the
is great.
scenes
Yeah.
in episode 4. The scenes where they were just talking, I was like, wow, this is like, they're doing really good. Even the sign language bits, the scene where it's the grandma and Maya talking, I was like, this is really sweet. The conversation the two of them have.
Mhm.
I thought he just
like-
said, even the sign language bitch. And I was like, Jesse, fucking
No,
Cox.
bits. Like, because it's hard to do a scene where it's two people signing and then also talking very quietly.
Yeah,
And having
yeah,
still
yeah.
have like some resonance to the audience. I was like, this is great. They did such a good job. Just like there's so many amazing actors in Miss Marvel. But it's very clear to me now, more than ever, that whoever's in charge up at the top of Marvel and like putting stuff together, they were like, okay, we're going to do this show, just like Miss Marvel. We're going to do this show and we're going to try and show some cultures besides like what people normally see. But you only have 5 episodes, so cram as much as you can in. Good luck. Like, it's the exact same wavelength as Miss Marvel, where they were like, look, we only got one shot to show people what it's like in our part of the world or whatever. You know what I mean? And it doesn't. And so instead, it just like muddies all of it and makes it kind of like goofy and weird, and the editing is strange, and like they clearly cut some things and remove other things, and it's noticeable. And it sucks because it's very obvious that the people at the top didn't give them the time to, like, 5 episodes is not enough time for this show to have any sort of cohesive narrative that made any sense, because half the time she's on her motorcycle driving between places. Like, what the hell's going on?
To me, it just screams the same thing that we've said for almost every single Disney Plus show, is this was a movie that they edited and turned into a show.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% what this was. Every single thing they put out on Disney Plus could have been a fucking film, but they're like cramming it into Disney Plus and editing it into a Disney Plus show. And it seems like Daredevil is going to be the thing that breaks that formula, hopefully. But we'll see. Yeah, that's the big like question.
Even including like looking back now, including Daredevil in episode 1 to me seems like a waste of time. Like, I loved it. I thought that was cool as hell, but based on the amount of time they had to tell the story they were trying to tell, there's so many things that were not fleshed out because of scenes like that with Daredevil. Like,
he was definitely there for like fan service and like continuity in the world and yeah.
Sure. Oh no, I absolutely get it. But like,
for
also,
Fisk to be like, oh, you were able to go toe to toe. No one's been able to do that, but like that whole thing. But I agree with you. It was kind of like, why is he here? Type deal.
But also, like, if I'm just a writer, I know Bronze, both of you can agree with this. If we're sitting down and we're writing a script, we're like, okay, here's where we're starting, here's where we're ending. A character like Bonnie, gone. That's Biscuits now.
Yeah.
The last scene, why was Bonnie? It should have been Biscuits. Biscuits was part of the whole thing the entire time. He should have been there for the end. But I don't know if the message was supposed to be like, the women in the family have the power, but that was never expressed except for kind of in episode 5. Like, why Biscuits was just there. He was at the event and he was like, I guess I'll text and say, I don't know where your grandma is. Like, there's so many parts of this that I was just been like, no, scrap that.
I still don't know what Fisk's plan was. I still don't know like what he was aiming for in that last episode. It was
well, his plan fell apart, right? Because it was like, well, we're gonna get her to like take over and be the queen pin or whatever they said in the show, and like then when that didn't happen, he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill your family. That was the plan. Like, that was the
And he
plan.
just like had them in a warehouse instead of he should have just killed them then. Why abduct them and take them to location B? Just kill them then.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm like, we're talking about Wilson Fisk, man. If he wanted you dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
What sucks even more is that, again, they only gave him 5 episodes. Episode 3, I think, one of the episodes literally just had a 5-minute, do we have him or do we not have, like, we are going to tell you if we have Maya. Why was that part of it? Even while we were watching it, we were confused as to why that one guy was like, I'm not going to tell you if I got Maya back there or not. You guys will just have to trust me. And they kill him anyway, so what the hell was the point of the character? Like, none of
I
it.
don't
There's
know.
so much stuff.
I literally, there's like choices like that are made consistently throughout the show that I'm like, why did you make that choice?
Yeah.
This is really weird, you know?
It's weird. Yeah. So I
seems
think
like there was a bigger story to tell. They just didn't have the time. So I promise you, there's an hour of footage that was cut. There's like
there's
2
probably a
episodes
ton.
worth of
I
footage.
mean, that's like I feel like that's just a staple now with any of these Disney Plus shows is there's so much that's been edited out and left just to like keep it tight. But yeah, I think in agreement, or rather in summation, the forest would be like, yeah, first 3, maybe 4 episodes, maybe the 4th episode could be looped in there. We're like, good. They're fine. They were awesome. And then that final episode is just like, what the fuck is this? And it just goes off the walls, man.
What did you do to me?
Yeah, it goes wild.
It is interesting. Boy.
You healed my trauma, and now I'm not me anymore.
I didn't get
Germer? I don't know how to say your name, but it said in chat they wanted Kingpin to be street level Thanos, but absolutely correctly, Kingpin, Kang, all the new villains, the big villains, are just easily defeated. Constantly.
Yeah.
So why are they a threat? Why do we even care? Like, I am not concerned about Kingpin. I am not worried that he's going to like take over New York and be evil.
How many times, like, am I getting my seasons mixed up, or is it like season 2 where Kingpin like shits on Daredevil, like just about the entire season, or was it season 3?
The one where he's in. Yeah.
God. He like ruins this man's life. Like, like he's not easily defeated. Karen Page literally provokes him in a one-on-one meeting, hoping he'll murder her because she can't find dirt on him. She cannot figure out a way to take him down legally. He's so spotless that she's like provoking him like, hey, I killed your dude. I killed your favorite goon, trying to provoke him into like punching her or killing her so that way maybe her death will incriminate him because they can't find anything to incriminate him.
Yeah.
Like that's how hard he is to beat. And instead it's like, I cure your trauma. And he's like, without my trauma, I'm not a villain anymore. Like, what is that? What was that?
Yeah. I don't know.
What was that?
It's really weird. It's very,
like, what
very
sucks
strange.
is that whatever happened there, I promise you will be a non-thing moving forward.
No,
they'll never return to that.
We know this. We know he's not going to go into Daredevil and be like, actually, I resolved all the trauma from my youth, and Daredevil, I think we can work together. We know that's not going to happen.
He might be able to, like, the bit with him becoming mayor at the end, maybe is because he's been healed and, like, he wants to do good and clean up the city. Like, that's how it starts out. But then it'll just, like, go away. Like,
I promise you it will never be talked about. It'll never be addressed. It is... Wilson Fisk's mental rehabilitation is the man in the ocean of the street level MCU. It'll never be talked about again. Ever. His traumatic past is literally like
well,
here, the ocean. We'll never talk about it again.
Since this is essentially the last episode of MCU Crew, Jesse Cox, are we ever going to hear about the man of the ocean? We need to know definitively now.
I'm convinced we will never hear about it.
Ever.
I've never been more, maybe in Daredevil as a joke, but I've never been more convinced it will not be a thing. I promise you.
In any future, do you think Deadpool would be the best place to make a joke about it?
Deadpool is what I meant.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Deadpool will have a goof. That's it though. I don't think there's gonna be anything else. I think it is completely done. It's heartbreaking. I think I'm gonna have to sit here and be like.
Wasn't there?
This is why I don't get attached to shit anymore. This is it. Because every time I do, every time I get invested in something, and every time I'm excited about something, if I buy like a shirt or I buy I buy a giant gauntlet.
Jesse, I'm healing you of your trauma.
What did you do to me? What did you do to me?
Wait, Jesse, I have a show that you could get attached to.
No, I'm
there's
not
1,000 episodes.
Don't say One Piece.
Jesse, I have a show you could get attached to. There's 7 seasons. 7 seasons, Jesse Cox.
I'll watch the live action version until it gets bad. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Could be good. Could be good. Well, that's our review of Echo, I suppose. We end on that. We end on sadness. Yeah, okay. I guess Echo shows up in Daredevil. That's like where we see that character next.
There's no indication of it at all.
Yeah. I honestly, she didn't say like she was going to return to New York.
That's what I'm saying. There's no indication she'll be back. And I feel like this is a show that they're like, well, we did that. Like, I don't think they had faith in it to be successful. And what sucks is if they had just done it and created something good, it would have been great. You know what I mean? Like, the expectations were so low based off the fact that Echo was barely a character in Hawkeye. People were like, what the hell is the show going to be about? If they had just made the show that the first 3 episodes promised, it would have been great. It would have been great. And instead it was like, well, magic. You know, it sucks.
Every time it cut back to the
vibe as the Noor dimension. Where it was just there.
A little bit.
Don't question it. It's there. It's a thing. We told you it was a thing, and now it's a thing, and that's it. And you're like,
no,
what?
the Noor dimension of Echo was when you got to see female Thanos in the opening of the show. Because that was
Dude, I loved her though.
That was an awesome opening, but they just didn't do shit with it.
True.
It was just agreed. Like she's an ancestor. That she's like the beginning of your people. That's it.
Bronze is right though. If it would have been like the reason why you're as skilled as you are is because you have all these traits from your ancestors, and the message was that you are everyone who has walked before you, which is what they were trying to say, except in the end it wasn't you are all these people that have led you to this moment. Instead it was like it's magic though. the power is the magic, not the people that got you here.
Yeah.
I thought for sure this is what I said, it's a curse sometimes being as creative as I am, because they go out of their way in the beginning to show that like she watches other people very carefully and then can kind of copy them. So when the powwow's happening and she's in the middle of all them and they're doing these close-ups on the feet, I'm like, why do I feel like she's gonna join them like in their dance and like be able to do it perfectly with them? And that's how she draws out Wilson Fisk, is like by being like, hey, bitch, I'm right here. Come fight me. Leave my family alone. Of course, they didn't do that either. As I said, where I was like, why waste this scene? Like, this is such a cool moment here. Why'd y'all waste that? What was the point of that? Like,
yeah.
Because I would have had her in the middle in her fucking new regalia, fucking dancing with them.
We didn't talk about her outfit. How'd you guys feel?
Synchronization.
How'd you feel about
like
her
her
full
original
outfit?
outfit a little bit more?
Yeah,
I liked her OG outfit a little bit more, but I understand that this one's probably more culturally significant, so I get that.
Yeah,
but I also like Miss Marvel's OG outfit more. I hated what they did in the show because the OG outfit made so much sense. It's her swimsuit. Her mom doesn't want her to wear a traditional swimsuit because it shows too much skin. So she gets her I think it's a burkini is what they call it. And it's basically a stretchy salwar kameez. And then that becomes her costume because it's the only thing that can stretch with her. So when they went from that to like some random ugly shit that's embroidered that does not even look like a salwar kameez, I was like, someone needs to get fired. Because y'all had like such a killer idea for a costume and then you threw that in the garbage with this like random ugly shit that I absolutely hate. I hate her current costume design. It makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand that I'm probably, like, incorrect with my take because I'm sure this costume probably has some cultural significance.
I'm sure it does,
But
It was a
I
fine
like the
costume.
OG one.
The problem wasn't the costume for me. The problem was like that nothing in the 5th episode makes any sense. Like it just doesn't. I mean, even episode 4 ends with Kingpin on a plane ready to leave. And then he gets a thing like, she's not coming. And he's like, oh, I'm so mad. But then he just stayed and then brought more goons.
Wait,
like, it doesn't
I was
make
also-
any
Doesn't make
sense.
sense.
I was
It
also
doesn't make
confused.
sense.
Wasn't that plane up in the air when he just decided to start attacking it? Or was
No,
it
they were sitting there.
they were in the
Waiting
airport, like on the
for it, or on
ground?
the tarmac.
Yeah.
Got it, okay.
I don't. And he was just like, I'm
But
so
I feel
mad. And then
The type
goons.
of person Wilson Fisk is he would fly home and wait, you know? Like, I don't think he would let it go, but I think he'd be like, "All right, Maya, you've made your decision, now I'm gonna go make mine." And it would be like maybe the goons he left behind that are like, "She killed 4 of our guys in that roller skating rink, fucking get her," or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't think like, that plan at the end was a goon plan. It was not a Wilson Fisk plan because 'cause we've seen Wilson Fisk plans.
Yeah.
But also, what's crazy is that, like, it is in episode 4, her dad's friend, who she relies on for much of the series, says, I made a bunch of mistakes. I work for Fisk, and he uses me here to keep an eye on things. What is he keeping an eye on? I guess because they have like the train that goes through there. I don't know what about this area of the country. Fisk is like, I have to have control over the middle of Kansas because it's so important to my empire.
Look, everyone knows the
what the hell's the
Midwest
point?
is the secret to the West. It's the key to the West.
Again,
Jesse.
they mentioned the reason why people asked how they found her is because the train going through there was one of the cars added to the train was where the explosive was. But what about that? Again, it's just so many things that they were like, well, we got to fit him in somehow, but also at the same time, we have to fit in this story we want to tell. It's just,
it's a long
it's
side.
the problem with the MCU.
It's a
They
long
gotta,
side.
yeah.
It's the long side.
I don't want Fisk to turn into R2D2 and C3PO. I don't want him to just show up and be like, oh my, I'm in this episode too. Like, that sucks. That sucks.
Jesse.
I feel like we just got to the core of Jesse Cox's nerddom. Is that Star Wars did him so dirty is he doesn't want to see other
Tell me
things.
it's not the same for Marvel. I genuinely believe
this episode too.
I genuinely believe in the core of my being that Disney doesn't know how to make
I saw
things people want to watch. They know how to make content.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're naming their movie Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. Or Grogu.
No, it's the Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah.
Yeah, Grogu.
Yeah.
I promise
I think you know from that they
my expectations for that are low. And I love a little baby Yoda. I know,
but you know that when they named the movie that, because they could have just named it The Mandalorian. When they name a movie that, it lets you know they're thinking, where they're like, listen, we read through your script, guys. This is how that meeting went. Hey guys, we read through your script. Some good stuff in here. You got some good stuff about the Choctaws people. We're very excited to highlight that. It's very inclusive. We care about that here at Disney Marvel Spotlight. Okay, here's our thing. These are all decorated actors, native actors from a bunch of great TV shows, and everyone's going to love them. But historically, we found that if we bring in some of our ringers, that's going to help your numbers. So here are some of our stipulations. We just want you to take this back. Don't change too much. You need to put Wilson Fisk in at least 3 of these episodes, okay? Including we're gonna put a little asterisk on that. He actually needs to be in every single episode for a minimum of 3 minutes. Then we did you guys a favor. We called Charlie Cox. He's in. We're gonna need you. What do you mean the show's not taking place in New York? Okay, we'll fix that. Have one episode take place in New York because we're going to need the Daredevil to be in at least one episode.
Okay. And then, so we're just going to add all these stipulations. Your intro music needs to be by the yeahs. Don't worry. We already talked to them. So just go back, do
Wait,
all of
was
this
it
stuff.
really?
Yeah. And
I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense now that I
you didn't get the joke.
I did. I didn't get the joke.
And here's the thing. Great script. Nobody's gonna watch this. So from the numbers, this is gonna help you a lot. So go do that.
Apparently, it was.
Bye.
I will say, numbers wise, it was the most watched show. The number one
I know
show.
because I know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, if you put Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox in here, people are gonna watch it. They definitely wouldn't have watched it just based off of it being a well-written story with really good actors.
Yeah. It was also on Hulu. That also helped it.
You know what absolutely cracks me up about this, Bronze, and this is what is so good. Everything you just said. I know this isn't spoilers because the trailer just came out today. But
what was that? For what?
The new season of Bad Batch, we got a trailer for.
Oh.
And in this trailer, it's like, we're the Bad Batch, and I'm the tough one, and I'm the skinny one, and I'm the one with a bald head. Right? And they have those guys running around, and they're doing their stupid things. And then, just like with this show, like we got to bring in a ringer. So the last 20 seconds of the trailer is literally like, it's me, Asajj Ventress. I'm in this showdown too. And you're like, everyone can't be in everything.
We're Disney, and yes, they can.
Boom.
I fucking hate that.
Because why? Outrageous. Because we're Disney, and it's not don't-ney, it's Disney, and that's because we done did it, bitch.
That's classic Iger. Everyone knows that's classic Igerism right there. He says it all the time in the meetings. He walks in.
We're not Jesse can't. What do you mean not everybody can be in everything? Yeah, they can. Man.
Oh, wait, I forgot. In Bad Batch, in the end of the trailer, they flash a bunch of different characters, and Cad Bane shows up in a flash. I'm like,
wait, really?
Cad Bane is in everything. You can't. Filoni, you son of a bitch. Yes, it's fine if they're not in everything. It's fine.
We can. No,
I would be.
They have to be in everything.
I have no idea, but I would be surprised if that was Filoni and more if that was just Disney. Maybe it is Filoni, but
I mean, he's writing it, so you know.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's one of those things where I get it from a Disney standpoint. I know exactly what they're doing. They're like, we introduced this guy Cad Bane, and everyone loved Cad Bane, and he's from old Star Wars. So old Star Wars fans are gonna love it. Just keep putting him in stuff, and we know he gets blasted in the future by the Mandalorian. Doesn't matter. We can sell those toys. Oh, we can dress him up and he can walk around in the park sometimes. And it's just like,
that's correct.
Yeah, it's outrageous to me. It makes me so mad. It's not about creating anything good. It's just content. So that they can put the content in other content places. I'm going to say a thing that needs to be said.
Say it.
YouTube and Twitch, you've ruined the world.
Boom.
That's right.
Yeah.
You ruined the world. TikTok, you're helping ruin the world.
Yeah.
Influencers, streamers, YouTubers, you're ruining the world.
Yeah.
JP, you specifically ruining the world.
Let's go.
Everyone, you're just doing it. You're ruining the world. I'm going to say it.
I feel like this is this final
Jesse,
episode is like therapy. This is great.
Jesse, you're kind of spitting. Because have you noticed what happens like anytime you as a creator try to work with new people? Everyone will always, this happens to me too. Everyone will always be like, what happened to X, Y, or Z? Where are they? Where, you know, like anytime, like if let's say I normally play D&D with Jesse, JP, and Dodger.
Sure.
If I'm like, oh, you know what, for this season, I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to do Jesse, JP, and I'm going to play with someone else. I'm going to play with Lord Balvin. People literally be like, where's Dodger? Like immediately, like
you
they're
mean,
like,
you
no.
mean viewers. Yeah.
That's because you're not friends anymore. You hate each other.
All the time.
That's why the show's stopping.
Anyone new.
We
you
all
can't do anything with anyone new.
Secretly hate each other.
And it's so weird because I feel like that mentality bleeds over into like Disney and like, you know, Marvel and Star Wars things a little bit. where it's like, but these are the 12 people I always see together. Like, how could you have a show with just one of them and not have a bunch of cameos from all of these other people that are, I guess, kind of sort of tangentially related?
It's a
It's what?
galaxy.
I
It's a
know.
galaxy. It's
No,
a
it's so big.
galaxy. I don't
It's so
see
big.
if I see one person one time in LA, I might never see them again ever in LA. This is a galaxy. You can't tell me Leia's just gonna roll in every time something like R2 can't be in it. Like, boop, 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 boop. I'm here now too. It's a galaxy, bro. Like Marvel at least makes sense because there's only so many superheroes and they roll together. But like, it's a galaxy.
I'm gonna start showing up to a bunch of Jesse's stream, just like everything, and just be like bop bop boop bop every time.
Just call
like,
him,
oh,
and that's the
R2's here.
voicemail. It's just you doing that. And that's
Boop,
it.
bop.
And you just hang up. Yeah,
I'm here too.
be great.
It's a
Be 10 out of 10.
the problem with Marvel is the reverse, where galactic threats happen. Like every day is a Death Star, and no one cares. There is the Earth cracked open and a man came out of it, and no one cares, dude. No one cares.
It all comes back
problem.
to the man in the ocean for Mr. Cox. And here we
It will
are.
always come back to that.
It'll always
I cannot,
come back to it.
as a fan of anything, you cannot treat me like I'm an idiot. I hate when people treat me like I'm stupid. And they're like, that didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. I hate it. Drives me crazy.
I cannot wait for when the man in the ocean gets referenced. I hope I'm in the theater because I'm just going to scream Jesse Cox or something like that. And no one else will know what the fuck's happening. But I'll do it for you, Jesse.
Yeah, I'll make this pact with you.
Yeah.
I will also scream Jesse Cox whatever movie theater I'm in, and people will be like, who's that?
Yep.
No, people will know. They'll be like, you finally got what you
It
just
finally
said?
happened.
Yeah, and
Finally
when you come to tell me, I'll be gone. You'll be like, what happened to Jesse? Gone. And people will be like, Jesse? Oh no, he died 12 years ago. Only his angry spirit remained.
Wait, why do you die in this sscenario? What?
Oh no, because the movie, I got killed by watching it. I watched Eternals and I died. Right?
Wow.
Eternals killed me.
Okay.
And then
really took Salma Hayek's death hard.
Eternals killed me, and I've only been alive as a spirit haunting the two of you and the rest of the world about this damn man in the ocean. And then you guys will be like, Jesse, you see they finally did the man in the ocean. And it'll be like, why this apartment has been rented since 2016. Yeah. You're like, no one's lived here for years. You'll be like, what? What do you mean? And it'll be like my ghost hitchhiking on the side of the road. It'll be like, I need a ride to the Star Wars convention, right? And that'll be the end of the movie. That's my life.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a ghost.
So your spirit still doesn't get rest? You're going to the Star Wars convention?
Yeah,
now?
I gotta go fix that shit now too. Yeah.
He's busy. He's busy in the afterlife. He's got
my
some
spirit's
stuff to do.
Very busy.
He's got a lot of haunting to do. That old Cox. He's busy. Anyways.
Yeah, if you come back and look at these streams, the two of you are talking to no one. There is no third window. It is multiple episodes of the two of you talking at nothing.
How many episodes do I need to edit? Let me look here. What do we got?
It's just Eternals onwards, right?
We've done 102 episodes. Is that real?
Damn.
Is that real?
Look at us.
Holy shit.
That can't be real. Hold on. Am I looking at the right thing? No, I think
it's been years. It's been literally years.
I feel like we've done 100. I didn't realize that. We've done 100 episodes. Damn. That's a lot of editing, guys. Yeah, this is episode 93.
Why would you have to edit?
I have to remove you from every episode.
But I was never there, JP.
But I have to remove you
from
every episode.
From Eternals onwards.
Oh, from
That's
Eternals.
Right.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see when Eternals.
Right.
Okay. All right. When was I'm scrolling.
2018.
It was episode 28.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a
Can
lot
I just
of
point out
that is a
the
lot of
record that for the majority of this show, we've been doing it through what many consider to be the worst Marvel content ever.
No, we
I just
really fucked up with the timing of this thing. If we
We
would have
really
started
did.
like Iron Man 1, baby, we'd be golden. We'd be crushing. It would be, but no, our first episode was Falcon and the fucking Winter Soldier. It's when we decided to do this show.
And what year was that?
2 years ago, it was 2021, 2020, 2021-ish. First episode.
We're the watchers.
Was
you know, like
April 5th, 2021.
Our watch began in the darkest hour.
We were put on the
we
wall,
essentially-
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We-
They
Yeah,
sent
we
us
were
to
put
the
on the
wall.
wall. I feel like this is like the equivalent of us starting a Game of Thrones podcast on the last season,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like, hey guys, we all realize we love Game of Thrones,
Oh,
and so we're
that's
here,
great.
final season, episode 1 of the final
That's
season
great.
to bring you.
We're so excited.
Yeah, I love
We're
Jon
so
Snow.
excited.
That'd be incredible.
That was literally us, because literally JP hit me up and was like, yo, we all love the MCU. What if we like did a podcast? I was like, yes, look at all this great content that is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, really quickly, I just want to regale you all with this amazing story. I would gather every Sunday with all my local homies and watch Game of Thrones. And we did it from episode like 3 of season 1 onwards.
Okay.
We'd all get together. Like when we had the red wedding, I brought a red velvet cake. That was I was like, happy wedding day, and it's a red velvet cake. I was just like a total troll because I had read the books.
Oh, that must have been fun. Yeah.
Oh, it was great. And so what ended up happening is the last season rolls around. We all get together for the first episode of last season. And after that episode ended, we all kind of were like, I wonder where this is going to go. And after the last episode ended, I'll never forget this. One of the girls who was there went with her boyfriend down to the car and cried in the car for like 5 minutes because it was so bad. That's the trajectory of where that went. Is we all got together and had the most fun, and the last season it was so bad it made someone cry.
Do you know that happened to me at the ending of the Hobbit prequels or trilogy?
Oh yeah, I
Was it
that.
because she was like, why does it hurt? If this is love, I want none of it. And it's like, what?
Yeah, no, I was crying in the movie theater, and my partner was like, are you okay? And I was like, I watched Return of the King in movie theaters, and that could have been my last Lord of the Rings experience. And instead, this is my last Lord of the Rings experience.
It's done.
And they were like, are you okay?
Hold
I
on.
was like, I know.
You thought it was the
Rings of
last.
Power.
You didn't watch Rings of Power. You
didn't watch Rings of Power.
I'm excited to announce our next podcast where we're going to cover the Rings of Power.
In a movie theater, I was actually correct.
Oh my God.
I was distraught that was the last Lord of the Rings I saw in a movie theater, was the third Hobbit movie.
Didn't they?
I was just like,
I think did they re-release those for the 25th? By the way, that was 25th anniversary of Return of the King, like earlier this year, or late last year, maybe in November. They might have been in the theaters. You can always catch it then. Have a better experience.
yeah, I have to do a palate cleanse.
Yeah.
All right. So my idea of Quantumaniacs sucks. I get it. It's bad. But what if instead, follow me here, we get together and we watch and review that new Zack Snyder movie, because I suspect it's gonna suck ass.
Wait, it's already out.
That'd be a ton of fun.
It's already out. It's terrible.
Yeah, I think it's out. I haven't seen it.
It's on Netflix.
You've seen it?
It's
Jason?
like no. I'm not watching that piece. It's like Panda's like a fucking abysmal movie.
I would watch that with the two of you any day.
I've heard it's really fucking like
truly awful.
Really bad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would love to just run. Or wait, hold on.
But now you're just saying, do you want to watch bad movies and record it?
Yes. No. Oh, wait, hold on. Or we do an entire series. Wait for it. Wheel of Time on Amazon. I watched the first season. It was so boring. I refused to watch the second season. I would love to roast that with you too. I would love to shit all over that show. It sucks ass.
I enjoyed the first season of that, so I'm
that was the most boring shit I've ever seen, JP.
I thought the final episode was dope as fuck, and I was excited for season 2 when all those people show up in the boat. I haven't seen season 2 yet, though.
I won't watch season 2 unless I'm watching it with good friends. Oh, or we do a rewatch, Rings of Power. What if
we watch
Rings of Power?
No. What if we go really oddball and we watch Game of Thrones, but in reverse?
I genuinely never want to watch. I'm so satisfied with House of the Dragon and how much like I actually like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever be reminded of Game of Thrones again. I have never in my life have I loved something so much and then never wanted to see it again.
So wait, was Game of Thrones season 7 the catalyst for the Star Wars and now the MCU becoming things that you loved and now despise?
I don't think it was the catalyst. I think
okay.
I mean, honestly, though, it could have been because
it sounds like it was.
The showrunners from Game of Thrones wanted to make a Star Wars movie.
That's right.
And then they scrapped Game of Thrones in order to start making their Star Wars movie. And then they lost their Star Wars movie. So really, in the end of the day, I think Disney's responsible for all my problems.
The mouse fucked you, is what it sounds like.
You know what? I think
the mouse
Disney
fucked
kind
you?
of sucks ass, guys. I think they're bad. I think they're kind of bad at this.
Wait, is that the name of the new show? Disney suck ass.
Disney sucks ass. I think they do.
We're going to get all the SEO. We're just going to dominate it. But then we're just going to be, our audience is just going to be like a massive amount of like diehard right wingers that are super.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to deal with that. Because the minute we make a show called Disney Sucks Ass, we're going to get people in chat that are like, you know, they tried to force you to take the vaccine. It's going to kill all your loved ones.
No,
I don't want to deal with that.
It won't be that. It'll be like, guys, I found this article. It talks about the earth is flat. Let's check this out together.
You know that Mickey Mouse believes in a round earth and he's gay? I don't want none of that. I'm going to have to deal with that. No, I'm all right. I don't need. He doesn't even believe in the ice wall surrounding the world.
Could you imagine, like, if we had a show called Disney Sucks Ass, we would have the valid critiques of Echo that we had, and someone would be like, yeah, plus, this is what happens when you get a bunch of brown people in a show, and we'd be like, wait. We didn't, no.
The top comment is like, yeah, women do suck ass. You guys are
that's what happens. I'll post a take like a few years ago about like how Captain Marvel, I didn't like that movie, and people will be like, yeah, plus she's a bitch and a cunt, and you're like, wait a minute. You're like, I just didn't like the movie. They're like, yeah, women, and you're like, wait a minute.
No, I'm all right. I don't need that.
That's a great way to end the show, I think.
Although if we were shameless, that is an audience. As far as I'm aware, everyone who has gone down has made millions because they're soulless monsters. If we could just forgo all of our morals, I feel like we could do really well.
Yeah, we could.
So what I'm trying to say is, I don't see any evidence there isn't a secret base in Antarctica. Have you seen the photos? There's clearly something going on down there. That's what the government doesn't want you to know. That's where Mickey Mouse is being held. They got him held captive.
That's why he froze himself.
Terrible movies.
That's why Mr. Mickey Mouse froze himself. Yeah, correct.
Mickey Mouse froze his head down there. It's absolutely true.
It's true.
He's down in Atlantis with the fish people.
Yeah.
There's not a real Mickey Mouse, guys.
What are you talking about? Mickey Mouse?
What are you talking about?
Mickey Mouse, inventor of Disneyland.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's a real person.
What the hell are you talking about? Mickey Mouse. He had a girlfriend.
Minnie.
You think two mice? Like, you think they just wore them clothes because they were normal mice? They were running a company.
Yeah.
Daffy Duck didn't have no pants though. He was showing his dong everywhere. That's why no one talks about him no more.
He was Daffy Ducking it. That's what everyone knows.
He was Daffy Ducking.
Yeah.
You ever noticed You ever notice the agenda of these so-called furries at trying to show their bottomless characters? Like, oh yeah, all the Disney characters. Winnie the Pooh, that man ain't got no pants on. Plus, he's pooping everywhere. That's his name.
What is this?
I'm just saying. The only smart one was Goofy, and they called him Goofy.
Amen. Amen.
Brother.
Amen. Jesus Christ, this ghost has just been haunting us for
brother.
He's been haunting us, Bronze, for like 3 years. He just won't shut up. He's just nonstop talking about the woke agenda, and man.
Yeah. What a shitty ghost. The one ghost that haunts you is like, the MCU is terrible. It's like, please stop haunting me. I'm not till you see the truth, brother. Like, please leave me be.
Not the brother. Not the fucking brother.
Yo, I need to say for the record, anyone genuinely using the phrase MCU can suck a fat dong. You're so dumb. You're like the dumbest person. Like, you're so stupid.
Man, this is
just the stupidest.
Again, I'm gonna make this is therapy for Jesse and Bronze here. This final episode. This is great. Let's
don't bring me into this. I'm chill.
Maybe. Let's do some shout outs. What you got going on? Where can people check you out? What projects can they continue watching? Since this is the final episode of the MCU Crew, then we'll figure out whatever the future looks like.
Figure out something. Yeah.
Whether Jesse talks us into the Quantumaniacs.
Quantumaniacs. Tell me that's not amazing. That's gonna be so good.
Jesse, who the fuck is the audience besides fucking just sickos on the internet?
All right, let me put this out there. Let me just put this out there. This is the show. We invite people to either get very high or very drunk and come watch. We'll be either very high or very drunk, and we'll do 5 minutes of in-depth.
Wait, I gotta get very high and very drunk for 5 minutes a week?
Or no, we'll prep in advance. We'll do like an hour of just talking beforehand where we just get sloshed. Then we'll watch the 5-minute clip and then try to analyze it the best we can. And that's it. Dude, this is a good show. I don't know why you think this is a bad show.
Jesus. Bronze.
This is a good show.
Shout outs.
Hi, hello. I'm that bronze girl for the last time, I think. You can find me everywhere at that bronze girl. I think today we're painting Warhammer. All I got.
What can you fill? Jesse just stood up and walked away for a bit, so you gotta keep talking.
Oh, I have to fill. Oh yeah. Yeah, you could come by and tell me.
What shows do you have going on? Where can people check you out?
Right now I actually don't have much going on. I'm mostly writing. So you'll probably see me in some traditionally published and not traditionally published works soon. So I've been hard in writing mode, but I'm excited to start uploading to the YouTube again now that I have a little bit of time, now that I've submitted some drafts. But yeah. Getting back into the flow of things.
Great.
Hashtag contractor life.
There you go. I think Jesse Cox is ready for.
It's me, the ghost of Jesse Cox. I'm here to tell you to watch all of his old content on the internet. And all of the old episodes of MCU Crew, where you'll find out I was never actually there. Whoa! The man is still in the ocean! Whoa! Why the fuck is he still in the ocean? Brother!
Fantastic. It's been a blast. This dog is going crazy. Ollie, we'll wrap it up now. Good Lord, calm down. He's going to bite me. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon somewhere. Jesse didn't promote the Geek Enders. We were both on it, by the way. Go check that out.
The newest episode of Geek Enders features itmeJP.
And Bronze was on it for...
Bronze was on another episode. They
Yeah.
were both on my pod. I do too many shows.
That's correct. That's correct. Wait a minute. I hit the button and nothing happened. Hold on. We got to do this. I'm not ready. There we go. That's it. We're done. It's the Guardians outro. We got music. And now we're dancing in the credits. Bronze dance.
Brother.